It was a soggy one last night. It really was. But let me show you where I stayed. I was right here. There's some other people, but they're really up there on a slant. I think I got a good spot. Mine's still a little bit slanty, but that might have been the first spot that I was looking at where that guy is. Anyway, I'm trying for 14 and a half miles today. It poured last night. I'm tired. All my clothes got wet, but we push on. Last night I met these two women prior to me camping, and they clearly had been doing this a bit because they were asking me where I had planned to tent. And I was like, well, I hadn't really thought about it. And they were the ones who recommended that I tent where I tent in the pines there because they said as soon as you exit the pines and you start to descend this mountain, which I am right now, this is Mount Unaka, I think it's called. And I'm on my way down, but they said this is called the zone of destruction. And then after this zone of destruction, you are rerouted onto like a gravel road for miles because of Hurricane Helene. Now, this is just, this is crazy that I am walking through all of this. There's just down trees everywhere. It's, I'll take a little bit more video, but it's so sad. It really is heartbreaking to see all of this. Look, I'll just walk for a little bit. So, and it's really sad too that they actually have called it, the zone of destruction, because it really is. Look at the size of, look at all this stuff. And this is insanity. I think this has been one of the harder mountains to climb for a few reasons. The destruction is really upsetting. It's really pretty unbelievable, and it just hurts my soul that these poor trees were just living their little tree life, and then all of a sudden something terrible happened and now they're all dead. So it's really, like, when you think about it like that, it's pretty sad. I've been crying about it a bit. Also, because of the rain last night and because the surface of the trail is still very unstable with these trees, and there's sawdust and it's really tough terrain. I've slipped, I've tripped, I've fallen, I've wiped out, I've really lost my footing with a lot of times here. And plus there's stuff like that that's been happening. Like it's not been a very fun walk, and it's really sad to see all these trees down too. It just hurts. Okay, we're gonna get some water, but the flow is like really low, so just gonna eat a little ho-ho while I wait. Gravel road cam rerouted 5.7 miles. I hope that's not an additional 5.7 miles. They've just somehow added that in somewhere. Magic numbers. I was soaking wet last night when I got to my tent. My shirt was wet, my pants were wet. Everything on me was wet. My clothes, all my underwear, everything. So I took everything off, And of course, last night, sleeping in my sleeping clothes. They're so warm. I love that they're always dry. And this morning, everything still wet again. So I wore something else and I bunched up the wet clothes and put them on the top of my pack. And now that the sun is out, I've taken those wet clothes and I've put on the shirt. It's a little damp. But it's not bad. It's the fastest way it's gonna dry is on my body in the sun. And then I have like my socks and my underwear hanging off of that side and my bra hanging off from that side. Nobody's out here, so I'm not worried anybody's gonna see my under stuff. But it does need to dry, and it's not gonna dry all bunched up in a ball in my pack. So did that while I stopped for water, ate a sweet treat, and now I will be on this very boring gravel road for quite some time. So I'm just gonna put some headphones on actually and listen to some music because this is wah. Got to the bottom of the dirt road and the trail actually starts going right up that little spot there. So you cross over here and it goes right up there. But I stopped here for a little picnic lunch. I'm trying to see if that solar charger is gonna work for me. I made a real meal. Holy smokes. This is hard. Oh my gosh, this detour, it's like straight up. Like, wish I could show you. It's straight up. Oh my gosh. And it doesn't stop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're off the detour and onto the real AT now, again. It's been so much uphill. I'm not sure why it feels like that's all I'm doing, but anyway, I've got about another 2.5 to 3 miles to go to get to the spot that I would like to stay at. If I run out of steam, there's a place a mile ahead, but it's only 3:30, so I'm thinking it's a little early to be turning in, so probably gonna keep going. And I also need to get water. I can't believe how much devastation is still happening. Like, I've been walking for like 13 miles, and it's been like 13 miles of all of this trees down, cut trees, dead trees. It's like super heartbreaking. Super heartbreaking. I'm so sad. Look at this. Ugh. Okay, so that giant tree broke and it left this big mess. But like, there's the trail. So I guess we gotta go around. Let's see what this is all about. Tons of poison ivy over here. Ugh. Tons of poison ivy. On the app, it will tell you where there's tenting, where there's a shelter, where there's water. So we pretty much rely on that pretty heavily. And people make comments, so they say like, oh, water's trickling, water's flowing. We've talked about this. The problem is that where they say that there's tenting in this massacre of a forest over here, there is no tenting. There's nothing but just uprooted trees and debris. So hopefully the place that I want to tent tonight is actually going to have a tent site available, a little patch of grass or something for me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to walk the extra like 1.5 miles and stay at a shelter. Boo. Okay, I think I found my spot. This is the trail right here. You can see it. southbound, northbound. Look at this little setup. The grass is nice and tall, which will make it nice and soft tonight, so it won't be hard to sit on. That looks like a perfect bear hang, and this looks like a perfect spot for my tent. So there's water. I already went down and got some, so that is awesome. To have a stealth spot like this with a water source is like, yay! Okay, I'm getting ready for bed. I got my tent all set up. I've had dinner, I've brushed my teeth, I did my nighttime routine, I've taken my medication, I've got my bear hang over there. You see the little white thing? So yeah, no bear's gonna be able to get that for sure. Hopefully not. I'm all tuckled in for the night. I'm in my awesome sleep system. I've got my phone charging. I've got everything I need and nothing I don't. I'm going to bed. Good night.